Let's bring in the NBA's best insider, Woj. What's the reaction been in Portland about Damian Lillard's request?
Kevin, Joe Cronin, Portland's general manager, issued a statement just a short time ago acknowledging that trade request from Damian Lillard, but also saying that Portland's going to do what is best for that organization. And in talking to teams today who have talked to Joe Cronin and the Portland front office, it's clear to them that Portland wants back a star-level return for Damian Lillard, what you've seen other great players around the league get in return. And they're going to look and are looking far beyond the Miami Heat, which is the team that Mark Spears reported today that Damian Lillard said he would like to be traded to. When you look at that roster and the draft picks available to them, the players on that roster, there's certainly more attractive teams around the league with assets that would fit what Portland would want better, which is young players, really good first-round picks, perhaps salary cap relief, all of those things you try to get when a star player asks out. It's going to be an interesting process because unlike Bradley Beal, Damian Lillard does not have a no-trade clause, which means he doesn't have say on where he goes. He's under contract for another 4 years, so he doesn't have the threat of getting traded to a team he doesn't want to be at and say, well, I'll leave in free agency. Portland is out in this marketplace trying to find a deal that gets them the best return on Damian Lillard, regardless of what his preference might be.
You mentioned the other teams, such as?
Well, listen, there's no shortage, I think, of contending teams who would like to see what the cost is for Damian Lillard. And I think what teams are really trying to figure out is how dramatically has the marketplace changed with his new collective bargaining agreement for a player like Damian Lillard. You saw with Bradley Beal, without a first-round pick back for him in that deal, without an outstanding young player coming back in that trade. What is he going to command? Last 2 years of his deal, at 35 and 36 years old, he'll be averaging $60 million a year. Certainly teams like Philadelphia, the Clippers, I think the Brooklyn Nets will see what the price tag is for this. But I think it's still an emerging market, and Portland is ready to survey all of it, not just the Miami Heat where Damian Lillard would prefer to go.
I want to ask you about the Lakers, who have been furiously reshaping their roster. They re-up with Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves. Earlier today, they poached Gabe Vincent. They've been adding other pieces here. D'Angelo Russell for 2 years. How did that deal get done?
Yeah, 2 years, $37 million agreed upon this afternoon. He's their starting point guard with the Lakers. And while he didn't finish the season strong in their final playoff series, he played pretty well after coming over from Minnesota in that trade deadline deal. He is still a young player. If they lost D'Angelo Russell for nothing in free agency, they would have really been limited almost to the minimum market to replace him. It was important to keep him under contract. They brought him back in a trade because he's still a lot of fans in that organization. He'll have a whole offseason, a whole training camp with this team. And I think they expect still that D'Angelo Russell is going to be a playmaker for years to come with the Lakers.
We've kept you away from your phone for long enough. Adrian Wojnarowski here with great insight on SportsCenter. Other notable moves today, the Hornets have agreed in principle on a 5-year rookie max extension with LaMelo Ball. Could be worth as much as $260 million. Ball is not yet 22. He's one of just 6 players to average at least 20 points, 6 boards, and assists over the last 2 seasons. Charlotte drafted Brandon Miller with the number 2 overall pick last month. They're hoping they form the team's nucleus for years to come. Elsewhere, the Knicks are sending former number 8 overall pick Obi Toppin to Indiana for a pair of second-round picks. Toppin has been a rotational player in New York, but started just 15 games in 3 seasons. He would have been eligible for an extension on his rookie deal, perhaps shedding insight into why the Knicks made the move.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.